Yeah, sorry. Brain is elsewhere. Welcome to another week. This week I'm really excited. We're going to be making falafels, pita, hummus with socca, which is a flatbread, on the side. And I've made Lebanese pickles ahead of time. I made them 2 weeks ago, as some of you may recall. So we'll have those as a topping. So it's going to be freaking delicious. If you ordered the bag, I went ahead and I made the falafel mix and the hummus ahead of time because it requires a food processor, and I feel like most folks don't. I mean, maybe, but I feel like most folks don't have a food processor at home. So the only thing is that the falafel needs to chill at least for like 45 minutes in a freezer or 2 hours in the fridge. And so if you ordered it, it was chilling ahead of time, but definitely like as long as you can get it to chill so that it'll form better, is preferable. So anyway, with all that, I'm gonna ring us in and then we'll get started. I'm so glad that you've taken the time to join us today and set aside time to do this. I know that as everything's kind of like getting back to being busy in the like pre-corona kind of life. So I've noticed like just feeling like I have less time to myself, and I hope that other folks are feeling still rested and at peace, even though it does feel like, oh shoot, I have all these responsibilities again. So yeah, it's not letting me see the chat. I don't get it. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna probably put some of my hair back. But frankly, I cut my bangs, and since my bangs are shorter now like the rest of my hair looks longer, and that's my goal. So I gotta show off my long hair. It's just an optical illusion. It's not any longer than it was last week, except for the millimeter probably, if that. Just some hand washing. So this recipe is kind of tricky time-wise, I feel like, because there's multiple things, even something that was 2 weeks ahead of time, that you need to prep ahead of time. And so I'm going to start with the falafel because that takes the longest time that it needs to chill before we can like get started with it. So I'm just going to whip this up, and then we're going to put it in the fridge or freezer probably so that it can take less time. And do the rest of the prep work, and then at a certain point we'll stop prepping and we'll start, going back to the things. So we're kind of gonna have to circle around. But I'd love to know how everyone is doing, how their week has been, how they're feeling. If anything, happy or exciting or something that we can celebrate with you is happening, anything. I'd just love to hear from folks. I'd love to hear from folks. Otherwise, it's just me alone in a kitchen, just standing here. No! Everything is fine. Nothing is tragic. Everything is fine. Also, I gotta show off this new, I forgot to wear it last week. But I got this apron. Christian bought it for me, and now I feel so much more official, and I have like 12 pockets now, so I can carry all of the kitchen things, including like my phone, and play music, which is like exciting. So we've just like leveled up kitchen wise. I've never had an apron before. I just have oil stains and like messed up clothes all the time, which to be fair, like I don't really have a lot of like nice clothes anyways, because I'm outside in the dirt like literally all the time. You're going to a salt mine? Is it the one in Hutchinson? Because I have been there, and what a good time. That place is wild. Hey! Also, that's good about more people working at the liquor store. These both seem like really good things. Are you worried about being in a salt mine trapped with other people breathing? Not to, like, cause you to worry, but, like, that's circular air. Whatever. It's all up in there. I really enjoyed the salt mines. It's really cool. And I like when you go on the little train. Yeah, in fact, I still have a bit of the salt, I think probably on like my dresser or something. Bookshelf. Something like that. But it was good back in the day. Back in the day. What have I done this week? I've been back to work at Hilo, which is the pizza place that I work at. That's my other job. So, if you want pizza, come and visit me. God, I was making the pre-made falafel earlier, and like literally my eyes could not handle it, and now they're not going to be able to handle it again. Oh, really? Okay, that's literally, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that like they used it to store stuff, but I thought that was because of like the moisture. I didn't know if it was like the germs. What the heck? What the heck? But anyways, yeah, I've been working back at Hilo, so that's mostly what I've been doing this week. Which has been good, because, you know, I got that cash money, which is exciting. But yeah, and I am going to Colorado this weekend, so if anybody has recommendations, I've only really been there twice, and I like may have a fear of mountains. I don't really know, so I gotta expose myself to it more times until I understand what the problem is. So yeah, so I'm going, and I'm gonna go to Denver for the first time with my friend Amber, which is exciting. So if anybody has like, ooh, this thing in Denver is cool, or like restaurants or something, we're gonna spend like probably a day in Denver, and we're gonna go camping and hiking the rest of the time. So if folks got recommendations, we'll probably generally be in the Denver area. So if you know of any like good hiking areas, good parks, whatever, all that stuff, let me know. I am like not a Colorado expert. In fact, I kind of thought that for a while, because the first time I only ever went was last summer, and I was really about to be like, thinking I've lived in Kansas like all of these years, and I've never gone to Colorado, and I'll probably move away from Kansas before getting there, but this is kind of like a last hurrah. It probably will be the last time in Colorado while I still live so close, you know? That whole trying to get a job thing. But, yes. Ooh, I almost dropped all of that garlic into the compost. So, what I'm doing right now, I didn't even really explain. Making the falafel mix, it's going to be 2 shallots and like 4 garlic cloves, which we have this like giant garlic, so I just used 2 giant garlic cloves. And then a 1/3 cup of this parsley, which is the parsley that we have at ECM here. So there's a bit of dead in here, which I'll pull out. But a 1/3 cup parsley, and then we're just using, we had a bunch of frozen chickpeas from a time that I massively overestimated how many chickpeas we would need. So we had them in the freezer, so I just pulled that out, and we got plenty. That's what we're using today. So we're just gonna like, I guess I could rinse it. That might be a smart idea. cilantro. I feel like the parsley stems are like not really as flavor, kind of just most of the time too firm and like a lot. So I'm not really gonna put the parsley stems in there. But you know what? Food waste is bad. So you gotta call the shots on that one. Generally, less food waste is my route of what I choose to do. Okay, so now that we have the parsley, then I'm just gonna take this towel and lay it out, and then we're gonna get, it is the parsley from ECM, the one and only. So I have these thawed out chickpeas from earlier, that I put them in some warm water so that, because we kind of broke them apart, but then they were still kind of frozen, so we just needed them in some warm water to thaw out. So now we got these chickpeas. And basically I'm just kind of guesstimating here how much is a can. I feel like this is a good amount. So we still have some leftover chickpeas I'll have to use up. And we're just gonna try to dry them as much as possible so that they don't get too moist and then cause the falafel to fall apart. I wonder if I can like, yes! I was a little bit worried that that was gonna go horribly wrong, but it didn't. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, how we feel about me turning this on without muting it. I think I might just go for it, or I'll just turn the mic off actually while I turn it on. So I'm just looking at, I know we want to do also 2 tablespoons or however much of sesame seeds, then just a tad bit of salt, which I'll probably add more salt because gotta love salt. Sorry, that was really loud. 1.5 teaspoons cumin, so really like a tablespoon. Am I right? Not really. Okay, we'll start with that. And then coriander and cardamom, just a little bit of each. Just a little pinch, little healthy little pinch. And frankly, I like cardamom more than coriander, so what ifs. So yeah, I think that's what we got. And so we'll put this on, we'll pulse it, kind of continuously try to get it until it's a paste. And then once we have that, we're going to add tablespoons of chickpea flour to help it bind more. So the recipe calls for all-purpose flour, but especially we have a lot of chickpea flour, and it's higher in protein and it's gluten-free, so we go with the chickpea flour today, but obviously all-purpose flour is totally fine. So with that, I'm going to mute this, and then I'm going to turn on the food processor. So, Okay, so this is looking pretty good. I don't know how well you can see it on the on the above head camera, but it's generally sticking. What you want to do is you just want to like try to grab some and like form it into a ball, and this is sticking really, really well. Look at that. So once we have this, we are just gonna throw this in the fridge. Actually, I'm probably gonna put it in the freezer, and we're gonna pull it out once we have everything else done, and we'll pan fry them. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I know you will. We'll be back with this in a little bit. So I'm just gonna put this in the freezer. And then the next thing, again, more prepping. We're gonna set this aside, and then we're gonna make the dough for the pita. Which is pretty similar to like a lot of other doughs, you know, it's dough. Oh wow, yeah, that would be smart to not mute myself, but whatever. I don't know these technologically things. So yeah, we're just gonna make the pita dough right now in this bowl, and then we'll continue to do everything else. So, la 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 la. Oh, almost dropped that. That would have been bad. That would have been bad. Okay. I've never actually made pita before, and I'm kind of wondering like how different it'll be from naan, which is something that I'm much more comfortable and confident with. Where are the instructions? What the heck? Okay, there we go. Right. So, we need 1 cup of slightly warm water. Again, we're going to have to estimate because we don't actually have like a thermometer, which should be fine. And then we're going to add that with a tablespoon of sugar and our dry yeast packet. So the recipe calls for like regular dry yeast, but it's like, then let it rise for 2 hours. And I was like, no. So I actually last minute went and bought active dry yeast or fast rise after already purchasing active dry, but I'm sure that we'll use those at some point. This isn't like the most efficient way of doing things. I'm gonna say that's pretty good, honestly. I just kind of like feel it with my hands once it's like pretty decently warm, but it's not like hot. And then I pour it out. So we'll see if this works, yay! So that's 1 cup of water. I'm gonna cut open this yeast packet and then do 1 tablespoon of sugar to feed it. Sugar, sugar. Ooh. Yeah, 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 is 1 tablespoon of sugar. And then I'm thinking that we get 1 cup of flour. And this is just going to be like regular all-purpose flour. So we will get a cup of that. Once we have that, then we're just going to whisk it together. So I'm going to get out the whisk. I love the smell of yeast. It brings me joy. Preferably like after it's risen. Like I feel like when you first, like you gotta let it do its yeasty thing. Yeasty boys, you know what I'm saying? So now we're going to set this aside for 15 minutes, which means I think that will, oh shoot, I'm gonna have to, we're just gonna set this aside over here, and I'm just gonna cover it with a clean paper towel and allow it to do its yeasty, frothy, baby, frothy thing. So we'll make the hummus in the meantime, which should be another easy project. So we got a lot of things going on tonight. I hope that this stream doesn't last like 3 hours. It won't. It's really, as soon as we're done with everything, we're gonna like circle back around and then do, which is fine. Oh no, we should obviously, instead of the hummus, we should make the Socca, which is a chickpea flour flatbread. And so I'm going to have this on the side as kind of a, like, method, a hummus portal is what I'm trying to say, in addition to that. So this is a really easy recipe. Yeah, and we're just going to do 1 cup. And so this is besan, which is just pure chickpea flour. And if you're wondering, yes, I did send a picture of this to a Sweeney that says product of India, and I said, hey look, it's you, because I'm a terrible girlfriend. So yeah, so this is really easy. We're just gonna add the cup of, do I need another bowl? A cup of chickpea flour. Whoop. With a cup of lukewarm water. So it doesn't need to be the warm that we had it because because we're not using yeast or anything. It's not like it has to rise. It's just, no, you don't want it to be cold. So here's 1 cup of water, and then half a teaspoon of salt. Where's my salt at? Oh, it's over here. Huh. So half a teaspoon of that. It's probably more than half a teaspoon, but whatever. And then we're going to whisk this together and create a batter. It's certainly going to be more thin, especially since it's equal parts flour and water. But this is going to be much more of like a flatbread batter than anything else. So once we've incorporated all of this, we're just going to set this to the side and let it sit. And then we'll make the hummus. Look how easy that was. What the heck? actually, I think I am going to add in the flavorings now. So one cool thing about this is it's really versatile in what seasonings you can put in there. You can just leave it plain, or if you want to get funky with it, you can add stuff like thyme, rosemary. I'm going to put in different like fresh herbs, basil. You can even put sliced shallots in there as one recommended thing. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a little pinch of red pepper flakes with about a 1/4 teaspoon garlic powder and a 1/4 teaspoon cumin. Just to add a little flavor, whisk that in. And I'll just set this to the side. And one thing about this is you can make it ahead of time, and it says like at least 15 minutes to let it rest, but you can leave it like overnight, put it in the fridge, you leave it a couple hours and come back to it. So yeah, if you're like just trying to whip something up, do this ahead of time and it'll really elevate your meal. What? So anyways, so now, because my brain is the way that my brain is, we're gonna move the falafel into a different container because I'm a mess. So, sure, this is a Tupperware. Just really whatever. Oh my god. Maybe I shouldn't have put this delicate piece of equipment in the freezer. I don't know. We'll find out. I think I might actually put it in the fridge now because I'm a little bit concerned about moisture retention. I don't know. Let's put it in the fridge. Seal that. Pop it in the fridge. Alright. It's definitely like somewhat bubbly over there. It's not like super bubbly, so hopefully the yeast was activated well. And if not, we'll just slowly descend into chaos. Descend, whatever. I'm not really worried about washing this too much because it's basically all of the same stuff except for parsley and goes in falafel and not in hummus, but literally whatevs. Just gonna rinse this out too. So yeah, if folks like, if it's boring to see like the stuff I have done ahead of time, I feel like I just want to like give an info so that like folks can do this at home once if they like ever have a food processor and like go through the process. But if we don't want to do that and folks are just like, hey, just show the stuff that we need to complete the meal that we have that has been given. Oh shoot, I forgot the blade. The blade! We can do that too. Does not matter. Either way. I'm gonna have to clean this because it's a little bit sticky. idea. Okay. Wow, I almost just like ran my hand along this blade, which is fine. Okay, I think that's as low as it can be. No. What am I doing? I'm just gonna pour this out. Too much. It's too much. The pressure is real. Okay, there we go. And then we'll pour a little bit more. Just until we're reaching the equivalent of one chickpea can, which I think is about like a cup and a half. Cup and 3/4, something along that. So, yeah. I used to make hummus like a lot, and I feel like I never really... I think that chickpeas are a Mediterranean dish, like considering the fact that hummus is Mediterranean, right? What country is hummus originally from? Great question. I have no idea. No, I'm pretty sure chickpeas are from at least the general area. No, I messed up. Okay. Okay, no, everything's gonna be fine. So this is not how we start with hummus. We start with tahini and lemon juice. Which I done goofed, and I kind of, well, because of how much we needed, I used all of the other tahini, which is kind of better quality tahini. The deliveries. So now we might have to use this rock hard tahini. But I'm going to try to get it to mix. But basically you want to get the tahini and lemon juice to mix together first and then incorporate the other things. I think it helps, like, I don't know. Get it to mix better, because if you don't do them first, then you'll have a harder time getting these two things to coexist properly. And this tahini is very hard, so yikes. Yeah. Okay. I guess we could do what I did the other day with honey that had solidified, and I just like took a box cutter and cut it in half. Cut the plastic container in half, and then dumped it into a glass jar that I put in hot water, and it worked. And now it hasn't solidified yet. Okay. Let's see how this goes with like super solid tahini and the lemon juice. I'm gonna add a little bit more lemon juice because it says about, I don't know what those emojis mean. Okay. Okay. I don't know anything. Broski. Sorry about that, guys. I wish I should have given you a warning, and I kind of just forgot to mute it. So I hope nobody's like wearing headphones and is in pain now. Sorry. Okay, so this is actually working pretty well. I dare say, I dare say. So I think we're even gonna add in, maybe we'll put it on for like another minute and then we'll add in the chickpeas and some garlic and some seasonings. So one thing that I learned, so I think that I mentioned a couple weeks ago, maybe with the stuffed eggplant, this wonderful time that I had at a falafel restaurant in Oklahoma City. But the man who owned the restaurant, the owner of the restaurant, was sitting with us and telling us all of like tips and tricks on how to make really good Mediterranean food. And his secret was, well, when he makes hummus, he actually takes dry chickpeas and then he basically boils them down into like a mush instead of taking like solid chickpeas and doing that. But because we had the frozen chickpeas, it was just going to be like probably not work as well. So we're just going from solidified normal chickpeas, as if you were from the can, which I feel like is more, even though dry chickpeas are definitely more affordable, it can seem a little bit daunting, I feel like. But I will say chickpeas relative, especially to like beans and stuff, I find them to be much easier as well as much quicker. So if you're wanting to like start cooking from dry ingredients and shelf-stable ingredients, well, cans are also shelf-stable, but you know what I mean. I would start with chickpeas. I haven't really found a good way to cook beans fully without needing like a pressure cooker, and thankfully I recently got a Instapot, which is awesome, and that helps cook beans. But you don't need something like that for chickpeas. Chickpeas are relatively really easy to just you can soak them and then cook them, or you can just like basically boil them if you don't have enough time. Obviously you have to like leave the pot on for like 2 hours, which is kind of a lot of energy, I think, but like if you're in a crunch, you can do that. But I would definitely say like soak them ahead of time and then basically just like finish cooking them with that. Anyways, all of that to say that the owner of the restaurant also said that he does not put any garlic into his hummus, and it makes it last much. Literally, I just like completely blanked. Not adding garlic means that the hummus can last like a couple weeks as opposed to a couple days. It doesn't go bad as fast. So if you're trying to like make hummus but don't have, like you're not going to eat it all at once, I would say exclude the garlic. But since we're probably going to eat all of this tonight and maybe freeze some of it, I'm going to add it because garlic and hummus is delicious. Like, what do you want me to do about it? Like, it makes it so flavorful. I highly disagree with that. Actually, I love my Instant Pot. I've never owned a slow cooker or a crock pot of any sort, but I'm a big fan of my Instant Pot. We have rice or porridge out of it every single day. Yeah, it's so good. So I'm also going to add in some cumin, some salt, and some paprika. because, well, frankly, I add these things into all of the things that I make, but especially to hummus, paprika and cumin just add a really good flavor. Oh. I feel like my nails, I don't know what I did that they feel a little bit weaker, but generally I don't worry about breaking my nails, and I know this is not an important conversation, but I feel like my nails are not feeling like I can just like rip things open with them, and I don't like that feeling. It kind of makes me like cringe a little bit. Anyways, probably because I've been like using hand sanitizer and cleaning stuff at work a lot, as in at Harlow. So that's why I need to stop washing my hands. So yeah, I'm gonna turn this back down, and then we are gonna. Okay, now I'm gonna mix it back up. So I would say about making hummus, I'm really not an expert on making hummus. I wish I was better at it, but okay, this is looking pretty good. Definitely a little bit liquidy. I might add some more chickpeas. I would definitely say adding a little bit of aquafaba, which is chickpea water, or olive oil is going to help you kind of get that nice fattiness to it. But the nice thing about aquafaba, so like basically if you're making hummus from a can, don't throw out the aquafaba. Just save it until you need it to kind of add that. But it's higher in protein and higher in fat, and so it's not going to be as like watery. Maybe more like you can. I tried and kind of failed to make mayo out of aquafaba. So if that like kind of puts it in your mind of like it's gonna emulsify more, so that's definitely a bonus. Same with the olive oil. So I would highly recommend doing that over like water. So yeah, I'm gonna turn this back down low. I just had a question regarding that, the chickpea water. Ow, I just smashed my hand. No, you certainly do not have to. I just find that it kind of works better, but if you like throw it out and then. Okay, this is still, the chickpeas have not been fully chopped, and it definitely needs more salt. And at this point, I probably am not going to add in more garlic. So I just throw in like some garlic powder, and that's just like to ensure that there's not like really big garlic chunks. And yeah, maybe a little bit more paprika. I'm really trying to not break my nails. I kind of pride myself on having like nice nails, Not that like I don't think that anybody knows me as somebody with nice nails, but I had really crappy nails, and this is also just like a plug for, I don't know, me who used to eat really poorly and was really unhealthy and had IBS. Well, I still technically do, but I mean, like, in high school I ate really poorly and I was really thin and my hair was really thin, and my nails would like literally, like, I had a really bad habit of like peeling the top layers of them off. Gross. But literally, like, now I feel like I have really, not super thick hair, but I have like much healthier hair, and I have like what I think are pretty good nails. So like not having good nails, like if they feel weak, I'm like, oh, I hate that feeling of like weak nails. Anyway, that's just a weird thing about me is I really like having nice nails, and I don't like having like really short or thin, weak nails. That's kind of hilarious. Yeah, no, it's not that I necessarily had like a really unhealthy, well, I mean, I had a conventional American diet. So if you consider that to be healthy, which I think we could argue, yes. Um, mm, this hummus is still a little bit gritty, but I think it'd be okay. I mean, add a little bit more lemon juice and a little bit more salt, and then probably call it good. If you would consider a conventional American diet unhealthy, which like I would probably say yes. Um, then like yeah, I did have an unhealthy diet, and I was in high school, a lot of like going to, I don't know, getting pizza or whatever. Yeah, I feel like that's such a like honest plug, like not to be like one of those people that's like, wow, now that I eat healthy, my life is so different. But like genuinely, one, I'm not in immense pain all the time. I like live a normal life, if you call my life normal. Um, yeah, and I like have healthy nails, and like yeah, my skin is still really struggling and like has struggled, but like it's much better than when I was in high school. Obviously, which you would think as a 22-year-old that my skin would be nicer. Still not perfect, but better than I was. Better than it was when I was in high school. So at least I have that going for me. My skin is a journey. We'll see. One day, one day it'll be clear. I don't know. Yay! Okay, so this is looking really good, and I'm just gonna like put this in the fridge also. And also, we probably let the um where's the space for this? Um, this is like super foamy and bubbly now. So Thank you. Sorry. It's so sweet. It's so sugary. This is the pita dough that I just got my hands all over. Now we're going to add in a tablespoon of olive oil and then add in the rest of the flour to get to a proper dough. Although I will say I just ate some flour and I did that yesterday at work and one of the cooks was like, don't eat raw dough, that's disgusting. And I was like, yeah, that's definitely something I've never done before. I never eat raw dough, that would be gross. Like, I do it all the time. Literally every time I make bread, I'll sit there and be like, just maybe gross, but tasty, you know? Try and stop me. Okay. So now we're gonna get out put in another 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And I'm gonna probably use I'll use a wooden spoon actually to try to mix this in. And then at some point I might just use my hands. So now we're getting that good flaky dough. And I'm probably going to add in another 1/4 cup. And we're basically just going to go 1/4 cup by 1/4 cup until the dough forms into like a really proper ball and gets that goodness. You know what we're talking about when we say dough ball. We all seen them. We all know them. They popular. Also, sorry the volume was so quiet. I hope I didn't say anything like super important. I probably didn't. I don't think I did. And also, it seemed like there was still some volume. It was just probably really quiet. So thankfully, David is here in the other room to help me with the things like this when I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, like, raw dough is good. Like, get off my back. I believe in this wholeheartedly. Okay. Okay. Now, I think I'm gonna. This seems good. I don't think I need to add any more flour. But we are going to. I'm probably just gonna one of these, and I'll wash this because a little bit too wet. Oh no, my hand. Ugh. Okay. I'm just trying to like get the rest of this into the dough ball, and then I'm going to put on a little bit of flour onto the work surface. Okay, and then we're going to knead. Ooh. too much. But ha ha. I feel like I'm really solidly like not very good at kneading. Like I'm okay, but I will say if I ever got a stand mixer, that would be the reason why, to get a bread hook so that I don't have to knead anymore. Oh man. Okay, you know what? We're getting rid of this thing. This is a clean surface, so we're just gonna do that. Sorry to waste your waste your help. No, what? What do I mean? So hopefully, because this is fast rise, we won't have to like wait as long. But I think after this, I'm gonna circle back around and I'm gonna start cooking the falafels, and then we'll just like keep an eye on it and see when it doubles in size, and then we'll get the Socca made, and then we'll just like assemble it all at the end. So it should be delicious. Whoops. Okay, now I'm tired. This is why I can't knead. I'll just like do it for like 1 minute. I'm like, okay, is it done yet? Like. So I know that kneading is important. We gotta develop that gluten. Develop that problematic fave. Gluten. Hashtag gluten is my problematic fave. No, I do enjoy bread, but I feel like this is like maybe a hot take, but I do feel like the like milling science people, when they have like, I know that they have like milling pins that say like I heart gluten. Like I get it. I just feel like it's too spicy for me. Where I'm like, no, people do have allergies. Like, I don't know. I guess because I also feel like people. This is really a hot take, and I don't mean to get so spicy on this stream, but people who have like bumper stickers that say "eat beef," I'm like, okay, can you not? Like, that's so. I don't appreciate it. Anyways. Ugh. Okay, I feel like this is going to be pretty good. So, with that, we're gonna throw it into a bowl, lightly oiled. Yeah, I know, it is a hot take. Me, the one who's vegan cooking, saying she doesn't like beef bumper stickers. Oh, man. Okay. I can totally try to toss it like pizza dough once it rises. We'll see. I know, I feel like you really wanted to see pizza and pizza dough. And so far that has not happened this month. Okay, so we got this in here, and I'm just going to cover it with this towel, and we're going to set it back over there. Please, oh please, rise soon. Maybe I should, if I put it in the metal bowl, I could put it in the oven, which is theoretically hotter. Yeah, let me just clean this really quickly so I can put it in here. And then hopefully it'll rise faster. But we are going to be turning the oven on in a minute, so... we don't want to put it in that oven. You theoretically, like, it wouldn't be the end of the world if you did put the plastic bowl in the not turned on oven. But frankly, I'm terrified if it melts. Slash, get phthalates in my food. Okay, this is clean enough. Now I'm gonna oil this other bowl, and then we'll put this in the oven. Although I think that what the best thing to do now, as far as like time efficiency wise, is to get started on the Socca, which basically means this is what it's doing. It's like kind of frothy. It's hanging out. It's having a good time. She fun. She chill. She cool. She's a cool person. Okay, so I brought this cast iron from home because cast irons are really the ideal tool for this, for cooking the Socca. I mean, because you want kind of a circular, theoretically a skillet, but you want to be able to cook it in the oven. So something with a plastic handle at 450, we ain't going there. But since cast iron skillets are beautiful and amazing, this is like the perfect ideal. But if you choose not, if you don't have a cast iron skillet, that's okay. Maybe like a pie pan, a cookie sheet, something like that that's going to hold the dough kind of together so it's not like super thin, but you want it to have a shape, theoretically a circular shape to it, but it's just what you got, really. So that's what we got. And this is like been sitting on the stove not clean, so I'm just gonna clean it really quickly. And then I think so that the under part cooks, what you want to do is you want to turn the oven on to 450 and then put the skillet in there to heat while it reheats. So it's a little bit wet. That's going to evaporate when it gets hot, so I'm not worried about it. Yes, a 9-inch cake tin would be a really good alternative, and you can also put that in the oven and heat it up, whatever you got. Yeah, but cast iron skillets are a great investment because they're actually not that expensive, and they last generations. So yeah, forget fancy heirlooms. You want to give your grandkid a cast iron skillet. And that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So yeah, so since that is heating up and it's going to be cooking, now we are moving on to the falafels, which is really exciting. Hopefully, I think they should be cool enough, but whatever. Nothing is perfect anyways. Why should we pretend like it is? So yeah, I'll get that. Here is our falafel dough. And I'm gonna wash my hands just to like be extra safe. I feel like, I don't know if anyone's keeping account of how many times I've washed my hands, but I certainly haven't, so whatever. So I think I might just put a little bit of oil down. Maybe that's a bad idea. I'm not gonna do it. But for this part, we're just gonna take this cooled, chilled falafel mix. I just dropped a lot of things on the ground, but it's not a big deal, and don't worry about it, and don't call me out. So we're gonna make about heaping tablespoon big falafels, and I feel like these are better anyways because frankly when you're eating like a falafel and like a, you know, the with the pita, and it's like such big falafels, like I don't really want to eat that anyways. Bite size is much better in my opinion anyways. So we're just gonna make these into balls, and then we're gonna like squish them a little bit like that, so they are discs, if you can see that okay. So I'm just gonna make a handful of these, and then we're going to put them in the griddle and get them cooking. Ah, that one was a little bit crushed. Okay. So far these are sticking together pretty good, I gotta say. Also, I'm sorry, I feel like when I look at the actual screen, I'm like, dear God, this looks like such a mess. I hope that nobody is like, I don't know, bothered by the mess. And if you are bothered by the mess, like, maybe think of better things to be, sorry, that might have been a bit aggressive. There are other more important things to be bothered by in the world than messy kitchens. You know? Because there's a lot of issues out there that we need to tackle. So, that's another hot take. I feel like I'm like a little bit hot take oriented this stream, and I just want to apologize and say I love you and I'm sorry. And it's okay. Dun, dun, dun. So, just as like a, what do we have left to do, Mary? We are going to cook these falafels. Then we are going to make the socca, put that in the pan. Then we're going to make the pita. Then we're going to cut up a tomato and assemble it all together. So stay tuned, folks. Basically, I'm just trying to crush, like squish these so that they're condensed, so that they're not going to like fall apart. That's it. But it's pretty easy, and I feel like, yeah, they're pretty good. I know that some folks use eggs in falafel. I think that's a thing. I don't really use and don't think that that's necessary. And I feel like I was actually kind of shocked at how, like, this is all basically, all of the moisture in these is pretty much just from like the chickpeas, the parsley, and the shallots, and the garlic. Like, there's no water being added to it or oil, which I feel like helps keep it there. But I was a little bit like, what? You don't add any oil? How is it gonna stick together? But yeah, no, all of the moisture from that is just good on some. It's so natural, all natural. Okay. Okay, I'm getting ready to eat this food, I gotta say. I got to say. It says, I think, to make, it's between 10 and 12 of these. So we're on 10 right now, so we'll probably make about 11, which I think is about right. It's about right. You don't get me schmy any more. Where'd that song come from? I don't know. Okay, this one might be a mega falafel. Let's see. No, it's not. It's actually probably smaller than the rest of them. Just the last bit. Okay. with that, we're gonna get the griddle out and we'll start griddling these up. It is, but that's okay. Just because it's smaller doesn't mean that anything's wrong. When I come to you, sing. Oh, I totally have not been paying attention to him. We'll just wait until it's done preheating and then we'll do the Socca. Because I have not been paying attention to like the 15 minutes. Keeping track of time? What? What is this? An organized string? That would be ridiculous. Okay. So with that, we're going to do medium-high heat. So I'm turning this on to like 300. We're going to let it heat up. I keep dropping things. Whoopsie-daisy. Hopefully these stay together. If these fall apart, I'm going to be really sad. But Schmidt is what a schmiz. Ooh, the dough is doing wonderfully. BT Dubs. It'll definitely, I think, be ready by the time we're ready for it. So that's great. Exciting. I know, right? Professional? What is this? What do you think this is? I literally saw that knife. I watched it fall. I'm a monster. Ugh. I think this is the first time I've worn my shoes throughout the stream. Just because I'm feeling it, I guess. Gotta mix things up. Gotta change it up. Here, hopefully this is... Does it look more organized now? By me dumping things into the sink to clean later? Okay. Now I'm going to put a generous amount of oil. And then swirl it around so it's coating the bottom of the pan. Actually, that might have even been a little bit too much, but too late now. I'm really glad I have this apron now, so when they pop, my nice purple shirt will be protected. Yay! I guess when these are cooking, one of the last things we can do before we do the other things is to cut the tomato. So I guess I'll cut the tomato. And I can also bust out our Lebanese pickles. Woof woof. So I was introduced to Lebanese pickles by the same Lebanese guy I've brought up multiple times. At Simply Falafel in Oklahoma City. You gotta go. It's delicious. But anyways, I really like them that they have. They're not like... They really still retain their cucumber flavor. It's not really like... This is, you know, it's certainly something that you couldn't convince a child. Well, maybe you could, but I don't know. That it's like... that pickles aren't the same as a cucumber. That is not what we're talking about. It still has a really good cucumbery flavor, but it also has that vinegary loveliness. And with ours, I did test them earlier to make sure that we weren't going to give people poison. It called for like 2 chilies, so they're actually quite a bit spicy too, which is really interesting and delicious. So there's our tomato that we're just going to add into the pita. I'll just put that in the corner. Shoop. Okay. Maybe I should turn this down a little bit. Maybe a spatula. Okay, we're almost there. Almost there. Got a nice like golden, I feel like I always overcook falafel, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna just make sure that I'm prepared to do the socca properly. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. I know what I'm doing with that. But good to check if you're not sure. You don't want to ruin everything. I'm gonna make these a little bit too thick, but sue me. Please don't sue me. I don't have a lot of money. Oop, that one's not good yet. Is this one good? Yeah. Nice. Falafels. Should I try this leftover falafel stuff? Did I even try it? Oh my god, what if they're really bad? No, they're great. Never mind. Ooh. They definitely got some strong shallot flavor. Oh boy. They could use a little bit more salt, but I think it'll be okay. Everything will be fine. For the most part. No, that one's still cooking. I don't know why this boy decided to be difficult, but I ain't about it. Okay, you know what? Close enough. Am I right? Am I right? Okay, I think that this, maybe we'll wait a couple more minutes on this. Just until we're like done with the socca and stuff. And with these, I'm just gonna get some paper towels just to put them on just for the excess oil. Just for the excess oil to drain off. Yeah. Ooh. This is burning. Lovely. Ooh boy, okay. That's really on fire. The pan is on fire. But it just finished preheating, so with that, I'm gonna get a hot pad. And we're gonna take the skillet out. And basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put 2 tablespoons-ish of oil and swirl it around. Ooh, actually this is like way too much. I'm gonna, sorry. And it's nice. I'm just gonna, these are probably definitely good, actually. I'm gonna take these off. No, actually they're okay. Okay. These can last another minute. Everything will be okay. Pour the batter just into the pan like that. Pancake style. Letting it fill up the pan. And you can see it's already, like, if the pan is so hot that it's already cooking the bottom, which is what we want, so that it's not just like the top that's being cooked. So with that, we're just gonna grab it, whoop, and put it back in the oven for like 12 minutes. And we'll see how that turns out. So I have tried to bake falafel, and I found it difficult to like, basically get them to like stick in the way that falafel sticks. Like it was, ooh, this one needs to go on for longer. Sorry. Some of these need more time. That's fine, take your time. Everybody grows at different times. What am I trying to say? I've tried to bake falafels and I feel like it didn't, like obviously you don't get the double, like both sides. I just felt like they didn't stick together as well. It was a little bit more cakey and crumbly than like falafel. I don't know how to describe it. It was like a long time ago. But all in all, it was like kind of not that impressed. But yeah, like especially if you need to bake it, go for it. Live your dreams. So many pockets, so many pockets. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna get out the pita. We're gonna start cutting it up and getting ready for pita. Maybe I shouldn't have, I don't know, maybe I should have put on more oil. I don't know. I bet broiling would be a really good idea. That's a very astute idea. Is that how you would say that? Yeah, I feel like broiling is a good idea. Ooh, I don't know about that dough. Did I remember to add salt? I don't know. We'll see. But I Bada bing! Okay, so we're gonna flour this surface. And then we're gonna get that boy on there. And I'm gonna take a clean knife, not one of the ones I've had. Maybe I'll try to like, just so that it makes it easier. One, actually I'll do it in half. One. So there's our 8 pieces. And now we just lay them out and let them like rest for a hot minute. Oh wait. Yeah, you want to form them into a ball. That's what I thought. Form them into a ball and then let them rest. Some of these are going to be bigger than others. And that's okay. Hubby's finally done. Not quite, but that's okay. I'm afraid that some of these waffles might fall apart a little bit. We're just gonna see. See what happens. It says to let them rest for half an hour, but frankly, if you don't have a half an hour, which like I don't want to wait a half hour, I'm not going to, and I'm going to see what happens. And if there are serious repercussions from that, I'm going to live with it. So maybe don't listen to me, but I don't know. I guess I know I don't really feel like I follow the bread very well. It's like I don't like waiting. Don't tell me what to do. Thanks. Bye. Super helpful. Hot. Burning my fingers and everything is fine. I'm gonna let that one on just like one more minute. Let's check on this guy. Ooh boy. Yeah, it's like bubbling up. It seems like it's already almost done, but I think you're supposed to wait for it to be like a little bit brown. I also think that if I had added the pictures, it looked like there was a lot of red pepper flakes like visible. I'm wondering if I had put more red pepper flakes after pouring it in there. You know, like sprinkles in pancakes, where if you pour sprinkles into the batter, it's like no sprinkles. But if you pour sprinkles onto the pancake, it's like, oh my gosh, look at all these sprinkles. It's like that with red pepper flakes. Yeah. Here are the waffles. I don't know if you guys can, you can't really see them. I might just, actually, the other griddle because we're going to be that extra today. I'm going to put this griddle here to save on time. We're not going to clean it this instant. Sorry, griddle. I'll clean both of you once the cameras are off. Oh, God. Well, conveniently, the rolling pin fell out of the thing, so... Wait, when did I get 2 knives in here? Oh, because I got a clean knife for the bread, that's right. Yeah, so... If you're wondering, I've been drinking kombucha this whole time. Here are our little falafels. I think they look pretty good. I might move them to a new thing just to prevent it being oh no! That one is not very solid. The rest of these seem okay. That one, it's a no-go. That is one thing that I feel like it's striking a balance between like when they're gonna fall apart. I'm gonna try it though. Oh, that's so good! What? Phenomenal. Okay. I'm gonna try a couple different methods with this pita dough. Just have fun with it, you know? Go crazy, go stupid. So, I have no idea how, I bet it would, I'm using the bigger one. Actually, that's the biggest. I don't know how to toss pizza dough, so sorry. I feel like it's like you gotta like stretch it like this. Oh no, I got a hole in it already. Whoops. We're just gonna leave the hole. We're not worried about it. It's not important. Okay, well, the gluten is working. It's not... Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's not working. That's as good as I'm gonna get as far as the pizza method. I have no idea what I'm doing. Maybe I should ask the cooks at high level. So we're gonna use this griddle, which is a new fancy griddle. Maybe I should clean it. That would be a smart big brain move. We'll just dry it. What's that? Well, it's our Socca. I haven't made a single, like, okay, I think we can do like 1 more minute. I'm gonna put it in for 2. How do you control this thing? Oh, it's on the other side. Let me control you. Me in relationships? No, that's a joke. Just kidding. Okay, so this is on. We're gonna do high heat. And obviously, this is clean. I'm just gonna try to get all the water off of it. And then we just like really, really, really lightly want to brush some oil. I have like a silicone like baster. Is that what you would say? No, that's like the. So maybe I'll do like the paper towel method, where you're just kind of like, oops. Ooh, somebody subscribed! I literally can't see that, but thank you for subscribing! Yay! We love new subscribers. Followers? I don't know. I don't know what to do. Okay. So that seems decently oiled. I never do that, so I hope that was a decent technique. But we're gonna put this I'm assuming that's a Sweeney because it has his name in it. But he had a different account. So what's that about? A Sweeney. Hi, a Sweeney. Thank you for making multiple accounts so that we can. Oh, it looks like we have more followers. Okay, that's 2 more minutes on that. This is what it looks like. Which I think is pretty good. All things considered, heck yeah. So I'm gonna put that on there, we're gonna clear that off. So yeah, we're just gonna make these pita and then we're gonna go home. These aren't very big pita, I will say. It's probably because it didn't rise for long enough. Well, now we'll just have little baby sandwich, like sandwiches, which is fine. Okay, and I do have the rolling pin, so I can roll it. Ah! But I just wanted to try, because unlike some other things, like you don't really need a rolling pin necessarily for this sort of stuff. It's okay. No, I already shut you off. Stop it. My goodness, leave me alone. This one's gonna be really thick. Thick. This really looks more like naan than pita. I don't really know how to. I guess maybe if it's thinner, like this, might be more pita-y. But right now, this just looks like naan. So, but that's good because frankly, naan is better than pita. Don't tell anyone I said that, but it's true. Ah, these are looking great. And we're so close to being done. I feel like it's been a long one, but thanks for sticking it out. I'm gonna get a plate and I'm gonna put these on the plate, and then I'll get another plate and we'll like assemble one when I feel like we have the best pita. The best pita on the block. You know what? I'll stand. Ooh, okay. I think that this is the thin one is gonna be, so I'll probably keep rolling it, but yeah, if you don't have a rolling pin and you're going with the push method, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, yeah, just make sure you're trying to get it like really thin, because these, I mean, they'll be good, but I feel like when you're trying to eat it, it'll probably taste mostly like bread in that case. So maybe just like an in-between, right? So I'm going to keep rolling these out. And I think I got the tomato juice on that one, which is extra flavor, extra delicious. Okay, now it's really tomato-y. Yikes, you probably cleaned that. This is good enough. It's going to be a little bit ridiculous with the hole in it, but what is? What is? not going to try to make a pita with this eye hole one. But, what are you going to do? I think I might try to cut into the Socca. Just like cut it, I think it goes into like pie slices. So, yeah, or maybe I should try to flip it out onto a plate. I think I'm going to flip it onto a plate and then I'll cut it. But I guess, it still feels pretty hot, so I guess I'll let it cool for a little bit longer. What's the difference between this and none? Not a whole lot, but they're both delicious. I don't know if aprons are supposed to be used as napkins, but that's my inclination. As soon as you allow me to just dirty my clothes, I'm going to. Just freely. I like trying to see like the shapes, like how they fit together. It's like a puzzle. It's so fun to try to like fit as many flatbreads onto one thing. You know, it's the simple things. I thought that we had to make it long enough that it was gonna happen. Am I supposed to fight the shark?
I don't know.
That would... Get out of here. Get out of here, shark. It's too much.
Shark's good.
Yeah, the food will be ready soon and it'll be amazing. Oh my god. Ah! Okay, these are looking pretty good. I really was like, haha, it's been long enough. There will be no shark attack. It'll be fine. But I was mistaken. Is that what, I don't know. I don't know what the way to, how do you fight a shark? Like theoretically, if I was in the ocean and I was attacked by a shark and I was like, hey shark, don't mess with me, I'm actually really tough. I'm a super tough, I don't know, shark opposer. Do you bop it on the nose? Do you blind it? Because I feel like you're not going to be able to like swim away, right? Like your best bet is to fight, because you're clearly not as fast as a shark, because it's a shark, and you're a little dweeby little person. I don't know. Maybe I should look into this. Sweeney took a scuba diving course, so I'm sure that they taught. Okay. I'm gonna trust Sweeney's opinion since he is basically scuba certified. And I'm sure that they had plenty of conversation on how do you fight a shark in the wild. That makes sense. Is this cool enough yet? Oh, I guess I can turn off the fan. There's not smoke. Sorry if that was loud this whole time. I kind of forgot about it. Whoops. Okay. Okay, I'm going to talk about the Lebanese pickles, since they're going to go on here and we're almost done. So, these are Lebanese pickles, and as I said, they're like a little bit less pickly. They're a little bit more cucumbery than your average like dill or whatever pickle. So, right here, we got long sticks of cucumber and long sticks of carrots. Say, yes, Panfin shark combat. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need. I need to be educated on this stuff. So yeah, so this, which the recipe, actually I think this might be one of the ones where the hyperlink was lost. But you can find recipes for Lebanese pickles. And I did it 2 weeks ago, so you want 2 weeks for it to get all pickly. But it's basically white vinegar, sugar with the pickles in a jar, and then you let them soak, and then there's also garlic and chilies in here. So I wish Amelia was here, man. She would like love this. She loves this stuff. Okay. She'll sit here and eat it. Miss you, Amelia. I literally saw her a couple days ago. She's probably just at the campsite. I don't know where she is. I just messed up and folded it over. So yeah, and there's beets also, which I just use canned beets. And so you basically just let that sit. And I didn't seal the jars or anything, and I just set them in like the back of the pantry, cool, dark area. And then you let it do its thing. Okay. I think I'll make the first one with this one, and then we'll make maybe like, well, I guess we only really have to make one. So I'll start making this, and then we'll cut the Socca, and we'll keep these going, but like, yeah, we can wrap it up. So thanks everyone for joining. I feel like this one was really long, but I feel like it's like a really good meal, so hopefully it was okay. Yeah, and if you do feel like, if you're not gonna cook, like if it should really just be the stuff that you're cooking for, with the deliveries, like we can totally like shorten. We don't have to do the falafel and the hummus. I just felt like that would like really add to like making this meal from scratch and what goes into it. Because it is a lot, but like honestly, I'm so excited. This might be one of the ones that I'm like the most excited for. So that's how I feel about that. So really, thanks everyone for just like amusing me and putting up with me wanting to cook good food. I.e., what this stream is. Me just wanting to cook good food. Ooh, okay, it's a little bit stuck. Oh no! Oh no! Okay. Maybe I should have left more oil. Yikes, but it smells amazing, I gotta say. Let's lift the bottom. Okay, that's not that bad. It looks like a cake, really. It has the same sort of like crinkly bits. I'm gonna let this side be the top side. Oh, those are dry. Not good. So again, yeah, I'm just planning on having these as like a side to eat with hummus instead of like pita chips or cut up pita. How high is this? Okay. Ta-da! And then we got some nice pinwheels. Kind of reminds me of the himbasha with the cardamom bread from last month. Just in that it's like a flat bread, but this is obviously much more flat. Like there's not even. I think didn't that one have yeast in it? I don't really remember. Okay, so we got all these, and I'm gonna roll the next two out and put those on, and then we'll assemble. Is that something that the Avengers say? I feel like the Avengers are like, assemble. Maybe I'm thinking of Autobots. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Whatever. They're certainly not doing the like puff up and get pockets thing, but whatever, because they look delicious, so whatever. Okay, we're losing the flour. It's a bit risky. Okay, so this is the one that we have selected to be the poster child. So I'm getting this out. And also I kind of just like threw a can of garbanzo beans to also just use. And I mean, I probably won't use all of it with it, but like, they're delicious, so use them for something else. Try your hand at, I don't know, something else. Ooh, spilled. I'm just gonna put a generous helping of hummus on like one side of it. Mmm. Delicious. These are like so not, I feel like I'm not very good at making like good with dough, so whatever. And we're gonna do 2 falafels. Just bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna try to position this better. Is this visible? I can't really tell. Seems like it's somewhat visible. Maybe I'll move these over and then it's more clear. Yeah. It does kind of freak me out how the beets like fully lose their color in this stuff. Like they are gray. Like those deceptors? What are the things from Harry Potter? I'm totally blanking. The guys in the third one. Please somebody let me know. I can't remember it all. I'm blanking. So one thing you could do, you could make like a tahini or a tzatziki dressing to also go if you felt inclined. I'm actually not going to bother with putting chickpeas on here, but if you felt like it, you totally could. Just, it would add like a little bit more protein. Okay, so we're just gonna... Dementors! Thank you. Yeah, I'm just gonna like, should I do a taste test or should I don't need to wait. We're gonna like fold that over, and then I'm gonna do, so we can take like a close-up of it. I'm gonna do like a little thing of hummus. So I've got an aesthetic plate. Okay, I'll get this going. And again, like, since we're coming to a close, if anybody has any announcements, things that they want to talk about, just things that they're thinking about want to express, you can just put in the comments. So here is that Socca. It's got like a good thickness to it, I feel like, with the hummus. And here with the Lebanese pickles and cucumbers, tomatoes, falafel, hummus. Homemade pita. Just folding it over like that. Okay, there's a good thumbnail, I think. And yeah, I'm gonna turn it onto back over here. Okay, I'm so excited. What if this is like terrible? That'd be so sad. It's not terrible. It's so good. Oh my gosh. I kind of want to just like dollop more hummus though, because I feel like with the bread it is a little bit dry because the bread's a little bit thicker. But I don't know. This is so good, and I feel like the Lebanese pickles really, really make it. You just add that little bit of spice, a little bit of flavor. Man, wow. Wow. I'm just literally gonna eat the rest of this, and then I'll try the other one. Some announcements. Tomorrow is the first day for drop-off for our clothing swap, which is super exciting. You can find the form on the group me on the Facebook. I don't know if there's a specific link from the bot to sign up for it, maybe not. But if you go to the website, it should be on there, I think. Look on the group me, look on the Facebook if you're on those things. And yeah, then come select a time to drop off Friday or Saturday. And just like a heads up, we are accepting all different types of adult clothing, not just women's. I feel like it very often becomes more women's clothing than men's clothing. I don't think we've gotten any men's donations, but we totally are I shouldn't say men necessarily, like masculine sort of clothing like that. We are totally wanting donations like that, I would say, or at least I feel like that would be generally appreciative and inclusive. And yeah, and then Sunday and Monday are the pickup time when you can select a time and then come and pick out whatever clothing you want. We have gotten some men's clothing. That's wonderful. This is so freaking good. Oh my god. I'm going to cry. Not really. But it is really good. Yeah. Ooh, I'm so excited. We're gonna have so much pickles because we have so many cucumbers growing at my house right now. We don't have, oh, no, not a 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10. Okay, so I might rank this like a 9.5, which might be the highest ranking ever, but it might just be because I feel like I've put so much effort into this meal that it like deserves it. So I'm gonna say 9.5, just because nothing's perfect. And there's beauty in that. So difficulty is also probably like a 9 though. Like I feel like every single thing in this basically had its own time and effort put into it. Yeah, except for the tomatoes. I didn't do anything with the tomatoes. Ooh. These are really good too. Man, I don't know what to compare the flavor to, but this is a really good flatbread. I'm gonna take a bite of that one though. Yeah. Alone, it definitely does taste like if you ever like tasted aquafaba or something like that. It does just taste like that, but with the hummus, it is such a good balance. As in, do you mean like hard to do? Because I feel like time is a huge resource, and like you gotta have time to make everything from scratch, which is like kind of a lot. So yeah, these are so good. Oh my god, this is like by far the best Mediterranean meal I gotta say. The other Mediterranean meals were like good, but like this is like so good. Ah, um, I would say the Socca is like a 3 difficulty wise and maybe like an 8 flavor wise. Definitely goes better with the hummus, but like this is so easy for such good stuff. So yeah, I feel great about this meal. I'm definitely gonna like shut the camera off and eat a bunch more. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So yeah, that's kind of just how I feel about that. That griddle made the island really hot. I feel like with that we are coming to a close. I need to look and remind myself. I know we're doing the dessert puddings next week, but I don't remember what the actual meal is. So let me check it out. Oh, we're doing lentil wraps. So that should also be delicious. And we're doing dessert puddings, which I'm really excited for. So yeah, thank you for joining me. Thank you for sticking it out, even though this was a really long stream. I had a lot of fun. And maybe I'm just saying that because my tummy is so happy right now. But yeah, I hope that everyone has a great week. I hope that I'm finding that it's like suddenly everything's getting busy again. So finding times to actually like get back to relaxing and resting, I feel like it's kind of easy to jump right in back to our old pre-COVID way of life. But I don't know, I think that taking more time and just like generally being less busy is something that's really of value that I've like learned more. I was trying to do it before COVID and then COVID kind of like made me do it. So yeah, I just think that that's something that like we should try to remember and try to hold on to even as things are picking up. And also just to think like the pandemic is not over. Like yes, it's like going back to work and like for me like that's a reality that I have to do, but still being safe, being careful, social distancing as much as you can is important. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna ring us out. And if anybody has any more announcements? Oh, that's a great question. Um, Next Tuesday we're having the Sustainable Kitchen stream. I don't know where I put the singing bowl. But it's really exciting because since this past week we did the home garden tour. There it is. This next week we're gonna do 3 different projects that are basically like different levels that you can incorporate at your house depending on like how much space and accessibility you have to like resources. So that'll be really, really fun, and it's gonna be much more hands-on and hanging out. So everyone should definitely tune in and come hang out with us. So with that, I'm going to ring us out, and I hope that everyone comes to the clothing swap, comes to Sustainable Kitchen, and comes to the stream next week for wraps and dessert puddings. So all of your free time needs to be devoted to me. Yes, everyone is wonderful. I appreciate everybody who tuned in and everybody in the ECM community. You are all loved, and you are all accepted just how you are, beings. So I'm going to ring us out, and then we'll say goodnight and go do the next thing with your life. Okay. Ooh, that was a good one, but it got too chaotic. Okay. Have a good night, everyone. See you next week. Bye.